not North Andover. I got bad information. He joins us. Let's say hello to some friends here in studio. Chris Letendre joins us from Palmer, Massachusetts. Is that correct, Chris?
Yes, sir.
And Dr. Joseph Anton, the Chief of Stem Cell Transplantation Program at Dana-Farber. Doctor, good to see you.
Thanks for inviting me.
I got a lot of questions for Chris.
Okay.
What happened to you last week? What did you do for the first time in a couple of years?
Went back to work.
Did you like that? Because a lot of people would say going back to work, not a real fun thing, but for you, this is a major milestone.
Yeah, it was huge. I've been out of work for 15 months, and I asked Dr. Anton and his team, when can I go back? I'm a police officer, so there's a little more involved, and I'm out and about, and just making sure that it was the right thing to do. And they said, as long as you can do it, then you're cleared to go. So I jumped at the chance, and my department, everybody was behind me 100%. I mean, they've been backing me, donating sick time so that I could keep my job and everything. So, and then I got back, they had a party for me. Everybody from the fire department, police department was there, and it was huge. Well, very emotional.
People want to know what kept you out of work 15 months. Tell them.
I had what they referred to as a double hit. I had T-cell lymphoblastic lymphoma and leukemia, which I actually got back in January of 2011. Got in remission, and it came back last May. And my doctor at the time, Steingart from Springfield, told me your only option is you have to get a transplant. And he said Dr. Anton from Dana-Farber was the best that you could get. I mean, and he wasn't exaggerating. He says that's where you need to go. Was within a week or so, I got connected and met Dr. Anton, and we started right away going through more outpatient chemotherapy, which didn't work. And then I got admitted, got me in remission, and my brother was on my, and during when I wasn't in the hospital, I was taking my boys to their baseball game, and I got a call from Tony Dubois, one of Dr. Anton's transplant team members, and she told me that my brother Chad was a perfect match.
Wow.
I was pulling into the ball field, and I had to pull over to the side of the road, and I told my boys, and we all started, I mean, we were all crying. I mean, that was like the biggest thing, because it was a very low chance that he would be a match, never mind a perfect match. So we, it was huge. It was phenomenal.
What was it like with your brother when you found out he was a match? I mean, you're talking about the experience you just shared with us with your boys. What was it like the first time you saw your brother?
It was incredible. I mean, just knowing that he was going to save my life, or give me a chance to save my life, along with a little help from Dr. Anton.
Yeah.
But without him, yeah, I mean, who knows where I'd be. Hopefully it'd be another match somewhere, but to have it be my brother and, be the best thing, it was just phenomenal.
So earlier this month, that's 1 year out for you. How are you feeling now? You look great.
I feel great. Back to work. These guys gave me permission to start scuba diving, which is pretty much the only recreational thing I do right now. Been doing it for 20 years. Just absolutely love it. We go to do a lot of diving in Gloucester for lobster and scallops. And
you got a big vacation coming up, right?
I do.
Thanks. Are you looking forward to you and the wife and some friends?
Yes. Yeah. A little scuba diving down south, and yeah, without the kids this time. And
nope.
No kids.
No kids. No kids.
That's a vacation.
Now, right? That's a really big week,
right? So,
well, and like you said, it's only possible because of your brother, number one, and Dr. Anton, who had a little bit to do with this. You work in an area where, and correct me if I'm wrong, people come to you when this is the last thing they can look at, which is stem cell research might be the only hope they have of curing their cancer. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it's fair to say. That's perhaps a slight exaggeration, but we have the capacity of curing diseases that are not curable with conventional therapy. And we either identify people in advance who we know based on the characteristics of their disease cannot be cured, or people like Chris who gave a good shot at it, got some intensive chemotherapy, got into remission, but the remission didn't last. And so then we come in later on and try and clean up the mess.
Describe a little bit more, because you've heard a lot about the stem cells, and exactly what is it? as far as replacing the stem cells in someone's body?
What's the procedure?
Yeah.
Yeah, so for people who have blood and bone marrow disorders, the problem often is that one of the primitive cells that produces all your blood has gone haywire. So in Chris's case, one of the cells that makes lymphocytes, these are the cells that ordinarily are part of your immune system. They're there to fight infection, have failed to mature properly, and they're proliferating excessively, and they fill up the bone marrow and the lymph nodes and eventually get into other organs such as the brain and cause real problems. So what we have to do is to eradicate those, and when you get the type of intensive therapy that Chris got, the leukemia can be eradicated, but also the healthy bone marrow, whenever healthy bone marrow it coexists along with the leukemia, is also eradicated, and that's where Chad came in. So we gave a small amount of Chad's bone marrow, some of his stem cells, and they go into the bone marrow, they circulate in the blood, they go in there, they know where to go, they go to the right place, they expand, they start to produce blood again and restore normal blood cell production. So the reason he was out for a year is that even though the counts have recovered and he's making blood in a much more normal fashion, it takes that long for the immune system to recover. We reset the immune system back to a very primitive state, and it just has to mature in the body for about that long. Once the immune system has recovered, we get him revaccinated. He's not immune to tetanus or, whooping cough or any of the childhood type stuff anymore. We have to go through all that process again, and then he's off all of his medications and back to work.
All right, so you're back to work, you're back to scuba diving. You also realize that I think your brother Chad stepping up now means that if he asks you to help move, you got to do that.
I know.
He asks you to mow the lawn, you're stuck doing it. I'm pretty sure you can't say no to anything.
No,
he says the rest of
being home for the last year, I couldn't go to any public stores or any buildings or anything like that. So, but my wife made sure that we got clearance from the doctors that I could clean the house, do dishes. So I made sure that she made sure that I was in charge of doing all that kind of stuff and making dinners every night. So that was about the only thing that I could do, actually. So.
What if he asked you to be a Patriots fan?
I can't do it.
Why?
I'm a Sox fan.
What are you a fan of?
Huh, you got a Red Sox hat on. I thought
I'm
you'd
a
be a
Red Sox
Patriots
fan.
fan.
I'm a Red Sox fan, but I've been a Giants fan, New York Giants.
Good
all
talking
the
to you,
way,
Chris. Nice time.
all the way from
All right, let's bring Chad in.
So back to doctor.
since seventh grade. Hey, I could be like half the people and jump on the bandwagon when the Patriots started winning.
What
But I stayed my team.
You still haven't asked that
Hey,
question.
last I knew, we beat the Patriots twice in the last 2 Super Bowls with them. So.
What if your brother, who helped save your life, right now I'm putting a guilt trip on you, right?
Of
Rooting for
course,
Tom Brady's a better quarterback than Eli.
He is. He is. I can't argue that.
But Eli is elite. He's got 2 Super Bowls.
Oh, we don't want to go there.
Chris, thank you.
You're
get the
right,
blood
but let
pressure
me
up.
just comment on this.
Yeah.
He is a better quarterback.
Yeah.
But on both Super Bowls, when the Giants put the pressure on Brady, he folded. And that's how he won the Super Bowl.
Uh-oh.
Under pressure. He did not take the pressure well, and that's how we got it.
Save this for your next call.
You guys,
save this for your
you
next
might
call.
say it off camera, you'll agree with me, but right now,
I'm glad you're doing well, Chris. You look
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah, your brother Chad and Doctor, thank you so much for coming.
thank these guys. You're welcome.
And telling your
World,
story.
so.
Guys,
Thanks, guys.
You hear the story of Chris, his brother Chad, Dr. Anton, and how this stem cell research is working. You need money to make those things happen. 877-738-1234 or online.